if a group of women rose up and was like, we're gonna take over the country, the man would be like, yeah, all right.
Why abuse you? No.
Shut up! Think about who are the ones that were taking over places. Hitler wanted control. But it was not Hitler! No.
Listening to the BRGR podcast.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the BRGR podcast, Black people's favorite podcast where we be black and love Jesus. Nate got something on his lap, bro. One of my kids bought that for me.
Oh, it's real beautiful.
Bro, it's like a little walrus. She went to a field trip and she said, Mr. Burgers, look. She's not even my student.
Oh,
those kids love me, bro. I have so many gifts from them. I have so many gifts from them.
Oh, that's another thing I miss about working with the kids, man.
They give
many gifts that they give you.
Bro, my yearbook, fire. Yearbook came out fire. All pages are full with signatures and notes. I read some of them and I was like, wow. One of my kids said, I really expected more from my class period. I'm sorry this class disappointed you. And I felt so bad. I was like, why are you so dramatic? First of all, we were just chilling. Like, it's not like it was college. But
yeah.
I did feel like, dang, she thought that my class was going to be really, really more structured. But just stuff like not having the cameras and stuff. She was like, I'm sorry we disappointed you and I'm sorry it was a disappointment. She's like, I'm sorry you have to leave. All of this and I was like, wow. It hit home, I guess. But yeah.
Kids.
Anyway, topics. What are we talking about today, Thomas?
We still on our black fatigue, but not like, you know.
Oh my god.
Not fully entrenched in it, but there are some things that we need to elaborate on as the Council of Blacks.
Whatever.
So we're still kind of in prom season. People like prom season's kind of wrapping up. I saw this video on my For You page that kind of got me confused. About why black people go all out for prom. So this girl posted a video with a caption that said, me trying to explain that black Americans spend a lot of money on proms because it's basically our culture's version of a quinceañera. It's the first formal event as children are finishing childhood and transitioning into adulthood so we can go all out to have the best introduction to the adult world. And like, I don't agree with that at all.
Oh.
I don't even agree with that like a little bit.
That kind of makes sense.
No, I actually do agree with it. I just don't know what we're trying to say. Wait, but you disagree, so now
I don't agree with that. So
I feel like there was nothing to say. I feel like that's obvious. Yeah, I thought we all knew that.
I don't think it is. I think it's definitely because these kids want to... This is the kids' chance to imitate the people that they see on TV. To imitate their favorite streamers. To imitate their favorite celebrities.
That's what quinceañeras are, though.
So
it's imitating money.
So quinceañeras, they're like that Mexican culture is rooted in like, at 15 you are a grown woman.
You're a woman, yeah.
Right? And so them going out for the kid or whatever, that's just to make it like elegant, a big special thing. Whereas this is just like, we're spending all this money to make it a big special thing, but more so because I want to imitate. It's not because like, oh, it's a big step into adulthood. But
it's imitating. It's imitating. To me, it's imitating what the rich people do, though. So I don't think. Yeah. I don't know. I feel what you're saying, but I feel like that's more when we talk about ghetto prom, which I know is a big hot take. I think that there are ghetto proms. I think that some of it is like, you look a mess. If you look a mess.
That girl got a Campbell.
Yeah, you do too much. But I feel like for some of it, when they just go full out and it's like they look good, you look reasonable. Like, you went full out, but you look reasonable. Like, even with my prom fit, I had my little shiny coat. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I had my little shiny shoes. So I had a fit for my prom. So I feel that, and I don't know that there's anything wrong with that, because that's, to me, of what she's saying. I agree with what she's saying. It's like, that's your first time that you do a formal event, because a lot of kids the first time they buy a suit for prom.
Because like, when you think about it, with black people, what do we have as the passing of the the coming of age, like like with people that's Jewish, when they 12 years old,
they have their bar mitzvah.
Bro, they talk about, somebody was talking about having a Gentile bar mitzvah.
Like Gentile bar mitzvah?
Yeah.
What's that?
Why would you do that?
Because having a coming of age, because we get all the full rights the Jewish people get as Gentiles. We're not Jewish, but he sees no Jew nor what is it? All Jews and Gentiles. Like, we all get the same benefits through Christ. So it's saying like we have a Gentile bar mitzvah for Christians.
I guess.
I don't know. I would.
We need something.
I say this though. We can make something like 16 or Sweet 16, or that's like for white girls.
That's everybody though.
We can do 18.
Sweet 16 is everybody.
But why we can't?
We can make the marketing around it better.
But why we can't say we grown at 13? Like, pause. Like, don't act like I'm trying to like be weird about it.
Whoa!
Like, don't act like I'm trying to be weird about it. But like, they do. Jewish people do 12. Yeah. Mexican girls are grown at 15. Why? Like, why?
What is that? Is that just the age of consent in
Mexico?
Weird.
crazy work.
I'm just thinking
Versus
like,
Hey, you want to go take a trip to
We're
Mexico?
trying to double check.
listen, I don't even like Mexicans for like that. Come on now.
Now, we talking about black girl. You know what I'm saying? Then I might need to know.
No. I want to know why it's 15. I feel like it's for survival out there. They're like, all right, you fresh.
Or it might have just
You can start making babies now. Let's lock in.
But
you know they be having 13 kids.
Well, I don't know, bro, because 12 is younger than 15 and
12, yeah.
That comes from biblical times. That's passed down.
Yeah.
So who's to say that did it come from like Aztec culture? Like if it was that old.
Maybe.
Because 15 is reasonable to have kids in Aztec and Mayans, you know,
Yeah.
back then. And so maybe just the same. I don't know. I'm assuming.
So I guess you're saying like the issue with the problem for black people is it's not like no culture tied to it. They just
Yeah, like I
doing
feel
it
like
we
she
can't make it up,
I feel
though.
like she's just making that up because we can have our own thing.
But why we can't make it up?
Because you don't gotta rely on the school district. We can have something.
But we don't.
We can have
So
something.
right now it's prom.
All right, we got Juneteenth.
We gonna make it up, bro. We got prom. Prom is a big thing,
I feel
bro.
like we can do better though. I feel like we can do better.
Prom is good because like right after prom is your graduation, so that's like the big celebration. That's like the
So I feel graduation could be it.
No.
Put more emphasis
No,
on
graduation
like,
is graduation.
Man, get on somewhere.
On like the party though, like you're moving from high school to real. That's more of an indicator that you're moving into adulthood.
Actually, and I don't know if they do that out here, but in Michigan they have a party when you're graduating, and I forgot what it's called, but they start giving you money and they just start like gifting you everything, and they start trying to help you out before you go to college, give you like the little knicknacks. And
Yeah.
A send off.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
that's
we do
so.
send off.
Okay.
What do they do in Africa? What do they do? They have like a
They throw
quinceañera
money at
thing,
you.
but like it's like a special age.
So the whole time Africa's a continent.
Well, you know what I mean. I can't name like the individual stuff.
Yeah, but
Kenya,
we're talking about they're so vastly different.
Okay, well we can land on one of them though.
Just as long as it's not Nigeria.
Why?
You know how I feel about the Nigerians.
Well.
Ethiopia.
Does Africa do anything that's akin
gosh.
to a quinceañera?
They have an era.
Right. Yes, various cultures have ceremonies and rituals that serve as a coming of age celebration. for
Zulu. We don't
women.
care about South Africa, but we love the Zulus though.
Yeah. Umulo. Umulo is what I'm going to say. This traditional Zulu ceremony typically occurs when a woman turns 21.
Oh, that's perfect.
We got 21.
Damn.
It's better than 13.
That's true. You do better than Thomas.
With the spear and guest giving gifts. Okay.
They throw
Listen.
money like strippers.
Listen.
I like that. I don't want money to be thrown at me.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, don't be throwing money.
Not no change though.
I like that. I like that, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like when I used to see that, I'm like, oh my god, they're treating the young girls like strippers. But then I learned like that's their culture, bro. Like that's African culture. I'd be like, hey, that's so
Yeah.
cool. Like when you dancing, everybody like shower you in money. I don't know. Like you gotta walk with me. I like it though.
Dez is secretly telling us he wants to be a
Yeah,
stripper.
but this is my way of like, what would you guys think about that? Like if I did do that for a career.
Hey, do your thing, man.
But I say, bro, honestly, what if it is just her making it up though?
Yeah.
Like, what if it is just her making it up? Because it do kind of sound like it, but
Yeah, no.
I feel like who cares? Because I feel like if this is all that we got, why can't I make it up?
I don't know, bro.
Black people or African Americans, we need way more. Not saying we don't have culture, but we need way more stuff to tie into.
Most like significant culture,
Something.
honestly. Because our art, like,
Our art really gets stolen, and we don't, like I said.
I don't even think being stolen is the biggest issue. I think it's being done by people that really don't care. They just want to make money.
Yeah, that's true too. No, I can agree with that, bro.
So I guess kind of stolen, but
But we just started it, bro. But we started everything, bro. Like I'm
No,
trying to
our
black people
stuff-
hating
our-
on house music.
Our art gets imitated.
I'm
Everything gets imitated from
Black people
African
was
Americans,
always
and they
talking
don't
about-
give us credit for it.
People always talk about country. This in country. This in house music. This in EDM. I'm like, bro, we invented all of that. We invented all of that. Rock and roll. We invented every genre of music you hear in America. We invented all of it.
Even the way people talk, bro, the way they be acting.
Bro, come on. Even country slang. Come on. We invented all of it, bro. But don't get me started with Thomas and our founding fathers, though.
Look at him. He's like grinding his teeth like, you niggas do everything.
they do everything, bro.
Ooh,
They ain't never give no talk about not giving no credit to black people. Won't give no credit to Trump. You think he deserves it?
Our Lord and Savior.
Well, I don't know. I think black people.
Bro. I think honestly, I don't know, bro. I do think that. I guess to round it off, I do think that maybe she is making it up. Maybe it is her way of. Can we read her statement one more time?
Yeah. Let me see. prom is Black Americans. Black Americans spend a lot of money on prom because it's basically our culture's version of a quinceañera. It's the first formal event as children are finishing childhood and transitioning to adulthood. So we go all out and have the best introduction to the adult world. Mm-hmm. But it's like, if you were to see what these kids are doing at prom, is that really like, yeah, this is a good introduction to the adult world?
I think it's less that, or less. It's less about your first night being an adult, and it's more like this is your last moments being a kid.
Okay.
Because and for a lot of us, like what's not addressed is a lot of us have families that are, when you're 18 you gotta leave.
Yeah.
That's not really addressed. There's not, once you're 18 you don't really get support, and they'll sit there playing in your face at prom, give you the best prom ever, knowing that that's the last thing they're gonna do for you. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I hear what you say about the graduation though.
I can see that though.
For graduation, bro. Boo, bro. I didn't get one.
Oh yeah, 2020 grad.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't say the G word around here.
Your fault.
I ain't never had a graduation. I got 3 degrees. Can you believe that?
That's crazy. You gotta kill yourself, bro.
Y'all had to ride around the car and honk and be like, hey, we
exactly
graduated.
Right around the neighbor was like, shut up!
That's what we did, bro. We did a drive-by.
See, I had to stage.
They gave drive-by a whole new name for COVID, bro.
Yeah.
Talk about we gonna have a drive-by. I see that first message. I was like, when?
You gonna kill me because I graduated?
We was at my granny house. Talk about something.
The teacher posted it. We got a drive-by. Wow.
So
really, Ms. M?
So we had my granny house, right? We had my granny house, and they like, oh, they finna do a drive-by. I'm like, y'all, what?
And they told you?
I'm literally sitting here like, so why what? When? And I'm like, we gonna leave? And I'm like, not really scared, but I'm like, we gotta leave, y'all, right? Like when they come in.
It's like, no, get the cameras.
They like probably an hour. And I'm like, what? We don't need to do World Star no more. Come on, y'all, let's go.
A scheduled drive-by. We about to have a drive-by.
What time?
It's on the clock. It's on the schedule.
Right, it's on the calendar.
What's up?
I sent you an invite. Why are you asking me? Well, that's what time I sent you an invite.
Make sure you be there.
Anyway.
No, shout out that. You argue amongst yourselves. You sent a video. You sent a video of this girl getting...
we gotta talk about it.
I guess you're getting abused. All right, quote unquote abused.
Yes, this mama that abused this little girl because she got in trouble at school. Oh Lord.
All right, we can watch it.
No physical discipline. Mom, don't mom me. No. You had your warning. You had your chance. I told you to listen. I told you stop disobeying my rules. I told you being cute ain't shit if you have no education. I told you stop disobeying me. I told you to listen and do as you're supposed to. I told you to do good in school. I told you to do your daily routine, and you yet to even do any of it. And you thought you were disobeying me today, and I was not coming to cut this hair off. You're sadly mistaken because you thought being pretty was so much better than being educated or listening to your mom, right? Yes, this is what happens when you don't listen to your mom. Do you feel like I abused you? No. Do you feel like this form of discipline was a lot better than any other form of discipline, like physical abuse, that I could have used?
Yes.
You know I love you, right?
Yes.
You know I got your back, right?
Yes.
You know what I'm doing right now is to make you a better person, right?
Yes.
How many times have I spoken to you about this?
A lot of times.
How many times have your teachers called me?
Multiple times.
How many times have you not handed in homework?
A few times.
It's just so funny that you guys all took it upon yourself, over thousands of people, to pick up the phone and call the police on me. And they didn't come because they know about my kid. And just because you won't do what you have to make sure that your kid is saved and protected, doesn't mean that I won't.
That was a lot, huh? That was a lot.
That was crazy.
That was a lot. All right. So let's just start with base level. Let's start with base level. I didn't have too much of an opinion about the first part of the video. It was the second part of the video, which is, do I abuse you? No. Is the best thing I could have done to you? Yes. How many times you get in trouble? As many times as you think I do.
She got a card to read off of, and you better read it right.
It's all like hostages and like Islam.
It's exactly what it felt like. She's like, are you done getting in trouble? Yes, ma'am, I am. And who's your favorite? Me and you, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, mother.
Like, tell them I feed you 3-course meals a day. My mama feeds me.
My mama feeds me very nice meals and she cooks very well.
No, she don't throw bars of soap at my face.
No.
But
send me the chat.
So I guess the first question is like, y'all think that is
abuse?
abuse? First question is cutting your child's hair off.
Cutting that child's hair. No.
Okay. Nate?
No.
Yeah.
So.
It is?
What are you doing it for?
I don't know.
What are you what
Having no hair is a soft spot for Nate.
It's not, but I just
I'm not balding.
that was a long time ago. I'm
You
over
said
that.
balling, nigga.
I embrace my baldness, you can see.
Yeah,
You look good, bro. I already told him. I already told him I like the ball.
in, lumberjack.
I already told him I like the ball. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Hey man, people think I look good, so I'm gonna just stick with
Yeah,
it.
bro. I told you I like the ball. I've been told you that. So
I personally don't think like why would you cut their hair? Like that don't make no sense. What a whooping can't like why a whooping can get the job done.
So I
That's
don't.
enough.
I think generally speaking, cutting the hair is not abuse. I think that the concept is kind of outdated because it's you worried about being cute. You need to be worried about the more important things. I say it depends on what the punishment is because I believe in discipline and punishments being directly responsive to the problem that was caused. So,
But like
if she being fast,
when you alright, so when you do stuff like that, what do you think that child is thinking of you when you send them off to in public, basically putting patches in their hair, and then they're like, "What happened? What happened? My mom cut my hair." And then they're gonna be like, "Your mom cut your hair,"
So,
and then you have to defend your mom. Oh no, she loves me. I don't think so because like I said, take away your electronics. Like not like the little stuff. Take your door off. You don't get no privacy. Oh, let me whoop you real quick. No, you not.
So,
I'm gonna dress you in these big baggy clothes because you want to look. No, I'm gonna dress you. But that's like basically sending your child to clown school. Like
I feel it. Okay, wait, no, I
So
feel it.
wait, you give an example of like what you mean. It has to be directly responsive to
So
the thing at hand. Like she said, she was being fast. What would be the punishment for that?
if she being fast, taking that door off and maybe even taking away the makeup, maybe even cutting the hair, maybe. I think it depends on how we got there.
Mm-hmm.
She made a comment at the end. It could have been top tier gaslighting. She said, "Y'all calling the police, but the police already know my child." If we at that position, cutting the hair is justified. If we at the position where the police knows your child, 'cause I got some students. The police already know her.
Mm-hmm.
The police already know about this kid, so you ain't finna call the police. And even some male students, you're not gonna call the police, and the police are gonna respond in that way. They're gonna be like, "Listen, we already social work already know.
Mm-hmm.
We been had CPS cases open because of the kid. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes CPS get involved because the kid can't get it together. They involve in police because the kid can't get it together. You know that happens. So I had a student. I sent that because I had a student, African student, who her mama cut her hair off because she was smoking in the bathroom.
Oh yeah.
This student is, when I seen her name on that referral, I said, "There's no way. There's no way." I was like, her mama is gonna tear her butt up. I was like, "Did you get a whooping?" She was like, "No." She came in and I was touching her. I was like, because she had a little afro. It was kind of like, it wasn't patchy, but it wasn't like professionally done.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what was up, but I wanted to encourage her about her natural hair. She had a little afro, probably about your length. So, and she always is pretty. Always, she get her braids done like every week. Like, and that's a lot. Like, and she let it breathe. She do her natural hairstyle. Her hair is always done, and always got her outfit on. She got her little tote bag. Marc Jacobs. She always looked good. So when she came, I'm trying to encourage her about her natural African hair. She's very thick hair. Like, what happened, girl? Why you cut your hair? It's so cute. She's like, it's because I'm smoking in the bathroom. And then I was like, girl, come over and talk to me. I was like, what happened? Your mama cut your hair? And she's like, yeah. And she's telling me, I was like, you got a whooping? She's like, no. She said that's not something I needed a whooping. I needed to know that this is what happens when I don't, respect myself or whatever. And then as I'm hearing the way that she's internalizing it, I didn't take it as abuse. I took it as like she knows that the only reason that she gets to have all of these privileges of looking good and stuff is because she knows what she's supposed to do. I pay to maintain that hair.
Mm-hmm.
I take care of it very, very well. You think you go in that school bathroom and smoke because another kid gave it to you? Okay, keep trying to keep up with the Joneses. Keep trying to be like everybody else. Let's see. I'm gonna make sure you set apart. And I feel like it's a little outdated. There's other ways, like Nate said. There's other ways, but I don't know, bro. Sometimes I look at our older ancestors, like it's old people around campus that's always yelling at kids, and I can't say it. She always yelling at me. She old. I told my nephew the other day though. I said, yeah, maybe she old. She always yelling, but them is the people that made men to be like me. Them is the ones that raised us. And raised even people like my mom, and older men around me. They had them folks who experienced segregation. Them is the ones that was raising us, and that's why we can, we have respect that we do now. I feel like these kids do need a little bit more of that old school. You cuss too much, let me put some hot sauce in your mouth. I think we just might be missing that.
There's just something about like taking away the things that are like they think it's like permanent.
Mm-hmm.
Like I got my hair, it's always gonna be like this. I got my clothes, it's always gonna be like this. I have my style, my personality. And once you rip that away, especially from a kid, because there's everything is just me, and you finally take a piece of them, it's like, okay, this is real. Maybe I shouldn't be having sex in the bathroom, man. At 15 years old, frick. It makes you think about it.
I think if she was being fast, I think that's like the main. I
don't know, man.
Being fat, to me, I think that's what's reasonable about it. Being fat, but
taking away your kids' dignity and taking away their like their own self-respect, like like you're just taking that away from them because you on a power trip, knowing dang well. Let's be honest with you, every child takes something from their parent. So you trying to sit here and say that she's fast when you know dang well she got that from you.
Because I ain't gonna lie. Because she had that filter on, she make sure she was looking cute.
Right, you make sure
that was the first thing I noticed. When she did her thing, okay.
You make sure your eyebrows look good, your hair.
That was the first thing I noticed.
Your lipstick is done, but she
had the wig was right. So she probably got it from you. Let's be honest. She probably got it from you, but now that you grown, you can be fast and get away with it because you grown.
And on top of that, I'm thinking about like long term. I resent my mom sometimes for less, and she ain't never cut my hair. So like when you get older, and then you gonna be like, oh yeah, my child gonna take care of me, and then she gonna be like, remember that one time you cut my hair?
So Nate, I have a question for you then. So what could she have done that would have justified it?
Like I said, old school ass whooping.
No. What is like the worst thing? Like, what do you think the child? What crime or what thing could the child have committed that would have been like, okay, I get why she whooped her?
I mean, like Tommy said, like sex in the bathroom. That's like over the top. That's something like I'll probably kick my kid out type stuff, But like,
that happen more than you think though.
But like something like that, like okay, like overly being fast. Like let's say you get pregnant and you're like 14. There's nothing much I can.
Bro. Well, I don't know, bro. Because if you pregnant, bro, cutting your hair ain't gonna do nothing.
It ain't gonna do nothing.
Yo, you got consequences for your actions. Is right there in front of you, bro. We already here.
I don't know though, but like just.
I think for me, you snuck a boy up into my house. You think you being cute? You think you being cute? Let me show you cute. Let me show you cute.
You gotta use that.
Come on, bro. I have my parents.
I can't wait till my kids.
Like, I have another one. Like, okay. You want to cuss me out? You want to cuss me out? Let me show you cursed. I'm gonna show you cursed. I have them. My kids are gonna love me.
You got some good ones. Give me some boom. Yeah, no, my mom did cut my hair once. So.
Wow, that's why Thomas is the abuse me. He's like, no, cut it off. He was like, no, so, I deserve it. And I had this book.
What did you do? You wasn't even a bad.
Wait, not to cut you off, but I have to tell you that there was this one kid. I had a friend. He looked at me. He called me a jerk to my face. I felt bad because he was telling me how his dad like beat him, and he's like sometimes.
I think I know this one.
I'm like 14, right? So don't tell me at the serious like this, right?
Yeah.
And then he tried to explain it to me that he was like, but he didn't whoop you though, right? Because I'm not thinking like beat. Like what is a beat? And he's like, no. Sometimes he hits me really hard, and like. He doesn't always have a reason. He gets kind of angry sometimes. I'm like, is he confessing to me being abused? Then after he keeps talking, he's like, but, I think I do deserve it sometimes.
No,
he's like, I think I do. It's just about like getting my grades up and stuff. So it ain't nothing like nothing to call the police about. I was like,
he was telling you to call the police.
I was like, well, I wasn't gonna call the police no way because you sound good to me. And I kept going. And he was like, you're such an a-hole, Dez. I was like, well, I'm 13. Why are you trying to confess this to me? So, but then he ended up getting removed from the house.
Dang.
I was like, dang, he really told me his dad was abusive.
You ain't do nothing about it.
Like, I ain't gonna lie, I don't feel no pressure from that though. I was like 13.
Yeah.
And it was plenty of adults when he was telling me that too. Like it was a whole group of us.
That's his fault. He got abused, honestly.
So okay.
You know what Kanye said? Being slavery was a choice.
Yeah, you know what Kanye said. Yeah. I gave my cousin. What he said? You heard that song?
Oh no.
You didn't hear "Cousin" by Kanye?
No.
Immediate. That's a banger, bro.
I haven't heard.
We're gonna need to hear your story about why you got your hair cut off.
Banger.
But basically, Kanye admitted to giving his male cousin
dome
stuff, and it wasn't even a catchy song.
He just said it.
Yeah, he just said it with autotune.
Just like that YG song. When I was 13, I got right.
He need to get some.
He just said that so like that's the beginning of the song.
That was it.
When I was 13, I got right.
This to this.
They like, ooh,
I'm a jerk to this one.
Doody bop. Like,
got right.
Okay, please shut up, bro.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, he just said he gave his cousin head. And then they released a clip of when they did Family Feud. And then he got 2 male cousins on Family Feud with Kanye.
Which one was it?
And then 2 new cousins. He looking like, which one of y'all?
Which one of y'all? One of y'all did it.
Bro, my thing is, bro, if I'm Kanye's cousin right now, you better say a name. I am going public with the name.
Bro, every Thanksgiving they'll be like, so
which one?
Because, bro,
no, you
y'all wasn't
I want to know the name
room.
too, because they gonna be pointing me thinking
that's
me.
what I'm saying. That's inconsiderate for real.
Yeah,
because like his cousin's probably not even famous. His cousin probably, but they probably known in Chicago like, oh, that's Ye cousin.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like they know him around Chicago.
Yeah.
You don't be having to speculate.
And
I am going in public.
And
I am snitching.
Now nobody want to take your order now.
Bro,
the one that he made you made him do it.
Kanye cousin.
Because before when you was dating, you was getting a ride. You used to get all the hugs saying I'm Kanye cousin.
Yeah.
Nowadays you go to a bar talking about some Kanye cousin. They like,
No,
you
you gotta
Kanye
get out.
cousin.
Which one?
I know your breath smell funny.
How could you do that to Kanye? I'm like,
He did it to me.
That's what I'm trying to figure
He's
out.
older.
He did it to me.
Now I'm thinking like the cousin. You think you gonna get street credit? Cause like Kanye's. Yeah, Kanye gave me yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I just
Let me in the club.
Yeah, they're like, I slept with Kanye. He's like,
I could get you some.
you're a boy. Like, my hot take is, I don't believe that women should whip boys because I believe it breeds habits of domestic violence.
Yeah.
Because you've not told me that discipline can come physically. I feel like you've shown me that when you get angry as a woman, because women get mad about something that's different than men. So I feel like when a woman I feel like I'm getting kind of deep now. You gotta, this is in layers. When a woman leaves the house, I'm not even talking about because women emotions and stuff. I'm simply talking about a woman because that's just one perspective of leading that house. When I get on your nerves for doing what boys do, and you as a woman don't like what boys do, you've whooped me for what boys do, and it shows me that when a female perspective disagrees with a male perspective, that female could put her hands on that male. That male does not have power to retaliate in that manner. So I feel like it breeds. Now, arguing with you because I won't put my hands on you. Or, when I get into my relationship, I'm going to put my hands on you because I can never put my hands on my mama. Mm-hmm. My mama might hit you, but you ain't. I'm going to punch you in your mouth. Or, my mama might hit me, and I couldn't really yell at her, so I'm going to yell at you. Or, my mama hit me, and I yelled at her, so I'm going to yell at you like I yelled at my mama. I feel like it breeds a cycle of domestic violence.
I agree.
Hot take!
I feel that.
That take can't be that hot, though. It
I don't
can't
think
be that
I don't
hot.
think it is.
It can't be that hot.
Well, the single moms that be celebrating Father's Day, they might get mad. They might get mad.
But I just feel like you have, and not even on that, like, not even on that tip of like women are emotional, blah, 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 and men are not. Simply on the fact that like it's one perspective. In any single parent household, that's one perspective that's leading, and I feel like it's wrong because women are gonna understand when boys do boy stuff. There's something my nephew did. I'm like, yeah, he needs to be the boy. That's just boy. Like he won't do that for long.
Yeah.
And like if that's something that triggers my mom or triggers just a woman, because women think, women get mad about stuff like when you don't put the towel when you leave it ring down in the sink. Women get mad about stuff all the time. Now me, I get a little mad about it too. I think that's because I worry about women, like all women, you know what I mean? But stuff like that, like if that thing really get under your skin, that's something that women will whoop a kid over.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree.
That's just a woman to man argument though. That's common.
No, I agree with 2 points because one, my uncle, he does not whoop my cousins when they were younger. Mm-hmm. He'll straight up call my auntie at work. Wait till your mama get off, and when my auntie come home, hell was raised. She came in there whooping them kids. I mean, whooping them kids' ass. And then on my second point is my mama, she used to tell me like straight up, like, I'm gonna stop whooping you because you so tall. Like you got so tall, and since like you're growing into like a grown man, I'm gonna just fight you. That's what she kept telling me. Like, cause
that's
some good news.
That's black culture though. The transition to like getting punched that's a transition. That's common.
Yeah, no, that makes sense because
hell no,
they're not.
You can whoop me with a belt. My skin still hurt.
Nah. Because when you get out in the world and you do somebody wrong, they ain't gonna take their belt off. They gonna pull a gun out.
That's true. I just feel like I want to look more at I want to see the men discipline the boys.
Yeah,
and
that's better.
I don't know. I don't even know how I feel about men disciplining the daughters. I don't know that. I feel like maybe at the very baby age. I'm gonna pop my daughter when she up until she's 3.
I think if it does come down to it, all daughters should at least get like the hand with like the
right,
little hand or like something like the arm. Cause like once you start like going like towards like the bottom, I feel like then like cause like you're so much bigger than them.
Yeah, and I don't want to misconstrue that that's what love is. That's my biggest fear.
Yeah.
Because I do believe in a whooping. I do believe in a whooping.
Good ass whooping.
But I want to make sure that I'm teaching you that the person that loves you whoops you. I don't want you to think that because your husband can't whoop you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you think?
So it has to be just at a very young age.
Do you think it should be gender separate? So women with the girl and then men with the boys. Would you be down with that?
Okay, can I get my hot take?
Oh, go ahead.
Never mind, I'm not gonna say it because never mind. My elders would whoop me.
Yeah.
My elders, my handlers wouldn't like when I say that, so I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna get in trouble.
Yeah, no, I think maybe because I don't know. I just feel a certain way about like a man beating on a little girl. It's like maybe they do deserve.
But that's what. But that's why I said that it's a young age. What I don't know, bro. Because if my daughter come on, I thought she being fast. I'm taking that belt off.
Yeah, that's perfect.
I'm taking that belt off. I can't even lie.
That's when all that flies out the window. But then the same thing.
But yeah, you're right. Because that's an extraneous situation.
Yeah,
that's extreme. We not like the likelihood of that happening is low if the raising was correct.
Honestly,
so no, I feel you on that.
Honestly, too, if you're a father, your aura enough should like get your daughter.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
Right.
Your daughter be like, oh please, like,
right. So if we're getting there where. Right, so no, it will go out the window for that type of thing. I find out you come home pregnant, I feel like that will go out the window, but that's like if that happens. That's not super likely if you were doing your job.
Everything else should be like hard punishment from the man to the daughter, and then with the son. I don't know. I don't like because like I don't like separating like. Or like double standards when it comes to boys and girls. Like the boys get the hard whoopings and the girls get like the don't do that again. Mm-hmm. Like, but when the girls sometimes even be doing worse than the boy though. Like the boy was in like just being a class clown.
But what I've been told by men who have multiple children, I've been told that it's not necessarily gender based, but it's child based. And sometimes the gender does play a role in it. But it's if I have 4 kids, 2 boys, 2 girls, every child will get a different type of discipline. Because it works differently and kids be just different. So like I always hear, like my mentor always tells me, he's like, each of my kids are my favorite them. Like I don't have a favorite kid. I have a favorite one of them. Like they're just so different. I can't even compare them. I love them for different reasons in different ways. And that requires a different type of discipline. I can't copy and paste discipline, even if it's whooping or not whooping. You know what I mean? And I guess that makes sense too because I think Desiree probably got more whoopings than me. But neither of us really got whooped. Mm. But Desiree probably did get more than me. I got more stuff thrown at me, but I think it's because my mom is emotional. I'm a boy, but that's what I mean. That's my thing about single moms. Like, bro, I can't never leave my wife now to be a single mom because like I gotta defend my son. Because women really don't understand boys, bro.
They don't.
Like women really don't understand boys, and it's like I literally look at my nephew. I'm like, he doing boy stuff. Like I'm gonna defend it. When I'm like, nah, he be the boy. He gotta be a boy. Let a boy be a boy. You sitting here whooping the boy out of him. Then you gonna wonder why your son grows to be a little. Never mind.
Because boys really don't be like we really.
I was with there. You mad at your son?
You being too rough. What? What you mean?
Now you mad at your son grew up and he ain't worth a dime. Like, bruh, you whooped all the man out of him. Men are adventurous. We're risk takers. We supposed to toe the line. We're supposed to, you know what I'm saying? And there's a difference between talking back and like challenging it. Men are supposed to challenge. We're supposed to fix problems. We're supposed to get in there and be like, that ain't right. No. But then you whooped it out of him because you're tired of it. You done whooped everything out of him that's gonna make him the man be the
and now he's shy.
Now he's shy. Now he's soft. Now he a wuss. Now he can't keep a woman. Now he don't open the door when he's supposed to. Now he don't stand up and speak for nobody because he got whooped last time he did it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm preaching to somebody. Y'all can't even.
That's the thing about boys. They be like, they'll do like parent-teacher conferences. Your child is so sweet. He's so quiet. He doesn't talk. Mm-hmm. He doesn't. I don't tell him to do his work. He just taught. Mm-hmm. It's like.
Wait, hold on. Because I wasn't going to say that. I did not feel that way until you just said it and I thought about a specific kid. I got one specific kid who I obviously can't say his name. Mm-hmm. I've given him every award that they've asked if I could give a boy, a 6th grade boy. Mm-hmm. I gave it to him. And it's because probably he's the least boy. He's the least boy. Wow. Mm-hmm. I just thought about that because he is so quiet. He asks a billion. I hate how many questions he asks. He always does his work. He's always to himself. He doesn't get into anything. But that's what makes a boy a boy. Yeah. That adventure, that the rigor. I guess I can't think of a word. It's like that grit.
It's
like
the
the
challenge.
adrenaline rush.
It's the challenge
Yeah.
of authority is the biggest one because man, we have a sense to control things.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes you gonna have to tell
Well,
that boy to
speak
sit
for
down a
yourself.
little bit. No, that's everybody.
I don't know.
We got a sense of doing stuff. You like maybe it manifests in different ways.
I don't got a sense to control stuff, Thomas.
Oh my gosh,
Let's
Dez, you know what I'm talking about.
Nate, do you agree? Let's be the.
Can you
third
explain that?
When I say a sense of controlling things, a sense of like how you said before, fixing things, making it better, or changing it to where it makes sense to you. That's what I mean.
Oh, so you're on like constructive thinking.
I wouldn't say
Or really just running stuff, honestly.
to lead. Can we say to lead?
Sure.
Because
Sure.
control is not lead.
Men, ownership over stuff is kind of what I mean. Boys have an inclination to ownership. We want to own the classroom. That's why most boys are class clowns. They want to own the attention.
Nate, can you jump in?
Oh lordy.
I don't agree with what he's saying, and
I'm gonna be real. I was a class clown because I did like the attention.
I was a class clown because I'm freaking hilarious.
So do we disagree though?
No, I was hilarious too, but the attention, like the more I can make them laugh.
And this is what I'm talking about. Whenever another kid stood up and said a joke or something, what did you do?
Gotta outdo them.
No, what do you do? And you gotta be outdo him. But no, Dez would always be like, nah, that joke wasn't good. Maybe if he's like flipped it around a little bit and he changed.
Okay, God
He
forbid.
put the punchline.
God forbid. I'm coaching, bro, to be the best hitter he could be. God forbid.
Can't get it right.
Man, just we have an inclination.
Inclination to lead. So can we just say lead? Just say lead. Just say lead.
Fine. That makes
Just say lead.
That makes me feel
That
better.
make me feel better.
Lead.
Lead is biblical.
Sure.
It's biblical. I'm ownership. Like, bruh.
Lead. Okay.
You want to own your job?
Absolutely. I walk in there every day like.
Yeah, well, I'm not asking you. Do you want to own your job, Nate?
No.
Okay.
Oh God.
Ask me.
I hate that job.
Ask me. Ask me.
Do you want to own your job?
No. There we go.
When I say
2 out of 3.
in the sense,
We win.
in the sense of like I'm coming to work and acting like I own the place because that's gonna make my
That's
social
just
better.
confidence.
No, it's not. I come into my job and act like I'm going straight to my classroom,
Nah,
and I can leave my classroom and act like I'm going straight to my car. That's what I do.
own the joint, bro.
Yeah, I don't do that, but I am a leader though.
Thomas is a proud man.
Very proud,
Yeah.
and he has control issues. Don't try to put that on us. It's like, well, us men need to control
All of
everything at all times. All men beat our wives. That's what men do.
Oh my God.
That's what men do.
Like
who said that? That's what the kids. That's the camera trip. I always, because that's what men do.
I love how you said that, bro.
I always quote that to myself. I didn't know which one of us said it though.
Yeah, no.
I always quote that. That's what men do.
It's like having control of your household. You wouldn't say that's a bad thing.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
People have an inclination. Boys have an inclination towards
Just
that.
control is such a strong word for me, and
I know it's triggering to you, bro, but control isn't bad. It just depends who's controlling. That's all. It's just
Then control must be bad if it depends on control.
no
control is bad. The only one in control is God.
Control.
Pastor Scott Worthington, my pastor, I love him to life. He just said on Sunday.
He got a little service.
He said, if God is in control of everything, humans don't have a part of anything.
That sounds for a second because I had to think about this. God is
But
control
then
of everything.
he did caveat and say humans are only thing that humans are in control of is their life.
Well, God gave us dominion though.
He gave us stewardship.
Stewardship or dominion?
We got that too.
We got both.
Over what?
Specifically talking about the animals, and, like,
Right.
the earth.
Because I'm like dominion over like that tree, I could go cut it down, and dominion over that like lion, I could go eat it.
But here's the thing though: who are the ones that are out there hunting and cutting down the trees? It's the boys. It's the men.
Next topic, because now we about to go into the gender war stuff.
Am I confused?
But wait, why you like a woman can't cut down a tree?
No, I'm not saying she can't, but who's most likely to do it? Who's most likely to get the job and put the application in as a lumberjack?
I don't get why we can't just agree to say leadership and not control.
I'm just saying, like,
You want me to admit that I'm controlling so bad.
no. Men in general just want control. Think about who are the ones that are like in the 19th century that were taking over places. Hitler wanted control. But
I'm not Hitler!
Listen, no.
Nate, can you help me out here? Because you're sitting there and like I'm
Here's
stupid.
the thing. It's still consistent with what I'm saying because it wasn't Hitlerette. It
What?
wasn't Hillary.
What do I want to control?
Hitler.
It was Hitler.
Women couldn't even vote. Why would they try to be Hitler?
Because they can't. They wouldn't be able to.
Because they couldn't even vote. And you're trying to
No.
figure out why they didn't try to take over the world.
Yes.
Women couldn't even go to school by themselves.
No, it's
They had to ask permission to have a job. And you're like, well, they didn't want to be Hitler.
It's because they can't do it. It's because they cannot. They cannot. If a group of women rose up and was like, we're going to take over the country, the men would be like, yeah, all right. Have fun doing that. They couldn't do it. And also, they don't have the inclination to do it. They don't have the desire to do it. Maybe I'm tripping. We can move on. We can move on.
Please.
But maybe I'm tweaking.
Please.
Maybe I am.
Please. Please. Please.
Women definitely could run the world.
Yeah.
Men are so easy and stupid.
Wait, Nate, please let it move on. Please.
I'm
I
sorry.
just want to say is that I love women.
Oh my God.
I love all women equally,
Oh my God.
but
I love Sexy Red.
I love a black woman. We did Sexy Red a lot on this podcast, though.
We talk about her so much, bro.
Right, I love
She
her.
is the go-to woman that I don't like.
Yeah.
He's my go-to example.
I think
Bro, you heard Win Whammy?
What?
She could stay off with that joint.
she wasn't.
She's on there. She did the first remix they released.
I didn't.
They need to. It's Lizzo. Call me Lizzie. I did that and I'm a skinny Negro. Still ain't messing with me. Never, never, never. I love Lizzo in that, bro. She ate that up, bro.
Mm-mm.
Oh, now you love Lizzo.
Because no, I don't love
skinny
Lizzo.
now?
No. We gonna go there? We had Fat Lizzo.
Yeah, fast.
Now we got Skinny Lizzo.
Mm-hmm.
Skinny Lizzo is still bigger than me. So why I ain't Skinny Dez? Why am I Fat Dez?
Did you jealous?
Skinny Lizzo is bigger than me, but y'all look at Dez and be like, oh, he big. But Skinny Lizzo is skinny?
I'm gonna be honest with you. It sounds like you got something personal going against her.
I do, because first of all, she ate an Oreo and was like, I never had this before. Lizzo, stop lying. You have a regular at every restaurant you go to. We talked about that. You are a regular everywhere.
But you
can go into any restaurant and
you
by
know
usual.
the regular?
Get by usual.
You know the menu of McDonald's from back in the
I don't care. I didn't eat watermelon with mustard and say, I don't know. And then eat it again. It's like, I'm not sure. And then take another bite. I didn't do that, okay? I did not do that.
Right, he owns it.
That's what I'm saying.
So wait,
What does that mean?
you own being beautiful.
Nah, he owns it. It's
The
his
point
shit.
is that she's been fatter than been skinny, but you're still bigger than me as skinny. Who looking at Des and be like, oh, Des got skinny?
It's a
Who's looking at me right now on this monitor?
fat.
You do? Are you looking at me saying, oh,
Yeah.
Des skinny?
Yeah,
Fat and
Thank you,
skinny
Nate.
is relative.
you lost a lot of weight.
Thank you.
Fat and skinny, I feel, is relative terms for
So
the person.
stop! Don't call her skinny ever
It's
again.
relative. So for her, she's
Can we-
skinny now.
No, she's not.
In the grand scheme of things, she's fat.
So basically,
She's plus size. She's
so
obese
basically, I gotta go be 600-pound live and then get back to this size. Y'all call me skinny?
Oh, you just gotta get down to.
No,
80.
no. But I am smaller than her. So why is she skinny Lizzo?
It's relative. Because when we say skinny Lizzo,
So you're
we're
saying
talking
you
about
want me
nobody
to go
else.
get
Wait,
600
but
pound
let's
live?
be honest though. You've always been like a husky child. You've been a little.
I have.
And then I feel like that's you naturally. So I feel like this, just a little, probably like a couple pounds. You good right here.
Honestly, right
I feel
now,
like-
we never called you fat Dez. You regular Dez.
Now you Dez now.
You regular
You not even
Dez.
Dezburgers. You Dez Gyro.
If we had to put a price on you, if we had to put a price on you, the small would be $2.99. Yours you'd be like $3.75. You at $3.75 right now, and the largest $5.
How much you weigh right now?
Not 375.
No, the price.
I bet you I weigh more than you.
You probably don't.
No,
Nate.
I'm not even trying to be funny.
I'm telling you, you don't.
How much do you weigh?
I'm telling you for a fact you don't.
I weigh like 250.
Dez, right? I mean,
You can't be 270. You gotta be at least two. I say you like 260.
Yeah, about 262.
That's not bad. Now, height plays a part.
Let's play a part.
So I feel like if
I will say too, I did start gaining weight when I went to the gym more, even though I was cutting my calories. So that was that water weight, that muscle weight.
yeah.
I feel like if you get to like 230, you'd be straight. 240.
Yeah, 225 is my goal.
Yeah, get you.
But Lizzo gets me 325.
She's
And she's skinny.
I say now, why are we doing this?
Lizzo look about 230.
She might be like 230 because she's shorter.
Yeah.
But waistline, bro.
I mean,
But no, and she got boobies.
She gets
Just like as a woman, women are gonna weigh more because they have breasts. So, bro, no, not shout out Lizzo, bro. Not shout out Lizzo, bro. I don't get how she can get on a song and say I've been fat and I've been skinny, and they like, oh,
True.
stop lying. Don't be lying. And I'm hating on Lizzo because it's all cool to be fat until you get Ozempic. You like it's cool to be fat until you can afford to be skinny. Now we don't. It's not cool to be fat no more.
just like it's not okay to be ugly until you're rich. Now,
Right.
now
You know what I'm
it's all
saying?
good.
Right.
You know who was ugly when they was broke?
Mm.
Cardi B.
Gorilla.
You know who really fine to me, for real?
Yeah.
This is like so off topic. Carrie Hilson.
Really? What she
Carrie
look
Hilson
like
is
now?
so fine to me, bro.
What she look like now, bro?
I got one, and you guys might look at me crazy. I think Katy Perry is very beautiful.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at you crazy.
Okay.
I am. I'm gonna take crazy.
I can see that. Oh, Carrie Hilson fine.
Carrie Hilson is so bad to me. Oh my god.
Who's Beyonce?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
So
She is.
Kelly Rowland.
She all right.
Yeah,
She all right.
alright.
She the best out of Destiny's Child. I'm not taking her over Carrie Hilson though. Carrie Hilson is so fine to me.
That long hair.
Sierra.
Sierra is up there.
Sierra.
I like Sierra when she was okay, but now it's gonna be weird if I say it. I'll say that when I was in high school,
That's a Katy Perry.
and then they was putting her senior pictures around. I like Sierra like as a senior.
I was mad back then when they used to say that she was born a man.
Who?
Sierra.
They did. You say she's born a man. Sierra was.
I used to have a
I
crush
can't
on
say
her.
it now. I can't. I was gonna say I can't say it now because I'm above age. I'm just saying when I was in high school, I thought that Sierra was fine in high school.
That's not. Ow,
I just don't want to say it now.
I have a question for y'all. Me and Deja was talking about this. Let's say I'm use you as an example, Thomas.
Please do.
And who did you think was cute back then? As an example.
Like when you say back then.
Like as a
Use me as an example because I thought Sky Jackson was bad.
Okay,
and I where he was going.
All right,
Yeah,
boom.
use
so,
me.
So you were probably around like 8 or 9 when Jesse came out, maybe 10.
7.
7.
Even.
So, and you thought Sky Jackson was cute.
Right.
And then now you're older and you think and you go back and watch that episode and you be like, dang, she's so cute. Would that be weird?
Okay.
Or
I know where you're going. So I gotta take.
Because I used to think Raven was cute.
Yeah.
But she was older than me. So now that I'm older and now go back watch that episode, she's that same age as she were when I watched her. And I'm like, man, she looked good. But then is that weird? Is that weird? Because she's older than me. She's older than me in real life.
Okay.
But in that episode, she's 16.
Right. So
Am I weird?
So here's my take. Okay? I feel like for Sky Jackson, it's weird.
Okay.
Because she's like 6.
Yeah. But you were like 7.
Right, but like to look now.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Hot take though. I feel like, okay, walk with me. If I'm gonna say it about Bunked, I don't feel like it's weird. Because she don't look too much different.
Right.
It ain't like she's undeveloped.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you 6. You clearly undeveloped.
Okay, I see what you...
But you know what I'm saying? Even though she's still...
But somebody like Miley Cyrus or, you feel me? You know...
The later episodes, definitely you could say that. Later episodes. First episode, she was literally like 11. Zoe 101? Because Zoe 101, I thought Zoe was bad.
They were older than us when we were watching that.
And Zoe looked... I swear she was in college. I went viral for that. I posted that.
Yeah.
I posted about that. I swear she was in college. She was 11. Literally, she's like 11 or 12. So like... But older, but I don't know, bro, because you can look back at the later episodes.
What you think?
It all depends on the context in which you say it. You have to, the prerequisite has to be, when I was 11, she was bad. You can't be like, dang, she was bad.
Because I ain't gonna lie, I'm looking at it now.
Still, even if I said that she was bad, I still was 11 back then.
You were.
But my thing is like, why you gotta say it at all?
Right, you just got keep the dirty thoughts in your head, you know.
No, I don't mean no. Wait, 30 though.
Whoa.
I'm thinking like I said, I was watching Bernie Mac the other day.
Yeah.
And Vanessa, I used to think
Vanessa
Vanessa was really cute.
Come on.
And she's older than me.
She is way older.
So I'm watching it, I'm looking back, I'm like, man,
Vanessa's
that's a
like
beautiful. I was
35
like, man,
now.
that's a beautiful woman. And then, but I'm like, wait a minute, I'm 26, and she's like, there's episode like 14.
This is a psychological battle, and I don't know. I feel like a lot of men might be scared to talk about it,
Yeah.
but I don't know, bro.
Deja said that's not weird. She said
Because
she do the
my
same
wife
thing.
and kids,
Like with Luke from Jesse, she said she do the same thing. She likes him.
but he dead.
Does that count?
I feel like that's worse.
Nah, I don't think
No,
really.
No, because then they would still be the same age if he was alive.
But he dead though.
I don't think that does anything for it.
Okay.
You think? But he young and he dead. Like,
I don't think that does
no,
anything for it.
okay.
Yeah.
But my wife and kids,
Yeah, the
light
daughter.
skin,
Claire.
light skin Claire,
Uh-huh.
Come on now.
light skin Claire was on that. Even David Wayans was on that.
It.
Even David Wayans was on that.
That's not true.
Yes, it was. They did after the show. It was over.
What you mean?
True.
That is true. When the show was over, they dated. Let me see.
The little
That's
girl.
not true.
Not the little
No,
Claire.
I think they're talking about. I think
Claire.
they're talking about his son. His son is also named Damon Wayans.
No, Damon Wayans. What's her name? Claire relationship.
Hey, let us know if that's weird. I don't know, because I do that often. I don't want to be viewed as the weirdo here.
I don't think it's
at
weird.
that moment, they were
I don't
older
think
than
it's
me, and they're
weird.
still older than me.
I don't think it's weird. You can look back on memories and be like, yo, I thought Raven Simone was fine.
Right, because you know she was.
Bro.
Really? I didn't like Raven.
Nah, when I was 8, Raven was like...
I never thought Raven
She was
bad.
peak black woman to me.
She was a standard. I was like, I need that. Nah, I'm capping. I like white girls back when I was younger.
I did a little bit.
I was like,
I
like Miley Cyrus.
I thought, what's her name? Emily? No, Emily Osment.
It's really Emily Osment.
I thought she looked way better than Hannah Montana.
Listen, during the later seasons.
Well, like, I did. I was on Emily Osment.
And I thought Harper looked better than
Not with that.
No, because
I got thing for redheads.
Selena was fine.
Selena been on it.
No, man.
Selena been my thing. Been my thing.
Yeah, London Tipton.
I
was on her.
I wasn't, bro. I never was.
I either thought London or Maddie you didn't matter to me.
Yeah, I was just down for London.
Oh, so they said. So Damon Wayans said the rumors was fake.
Okay, yeah, bro. Ain't no way. That dude was like
It's
30,
his
40.
son, bro. His son is like...
Nah, whatever. I don't want to hear it, bro.
All right, bet.
I would have been on that, bro. On Baby G, bro.
That's crazy.
Bro, she like 40 something. Like, actually, you know, Nate, I don't even care, bro, because like she's 40. Why can't I look at?
Why can't?
Okay, wait, because this is a real situation for my ex relationship. When we met at 16. And I look back, I'm like, dang, my baby been fine. And I look back, and I'm like, you know, she was fine. Can I say that?
Yeah.
That's fine.
Why can't I?
If y'all met at 16,
right? And I look, she been
fine.
fine.
I would say that. I'd be looking back at the age, I'm like, man, you look, and then gets
right. And when she was like 11, when y'all met,
I would never come back and plot again. I'm going to do overtime for the rest of my life. I'm never coming back. I'm never coming back. I'm never coming
but
back.
no, for real though, like if I look back, it's like, oh, she was fine. Like I don't feel like there's nothing wrong with that. Especially when you look back, like when you look and like see that person, like and y'all grew up together.
Shut up, Des. I don't want to listen to you talk no more.
When y'all grew up together, because like with my ex, like if we grew up together, like to me, she didn't really look too much different from when we was younger. Like I look back and be like, dang, she had such a baby face. But like that's still the same person that I met to me. So
yeah,
I feel that.
Yeah, no,
it's not weird.
It's not weird.
We've been potted for like 3 hours, bro.
Just don't print the pictures out. Yeah.
What does that mean?
Just don't print
Nate? I mean, Thomas?
Just don't make that mistake.
You been there before? You got caught?
Would they be
call the authorities?
Would they be pleading? I plead the 5th, but just don't do that.
So anyway,
plead the 9th.
You about to plead to get 86th. What in the world? We've been potted for like 3 hours, bro.
Want to hit this last topic and then we done, or just cool?
Bro, let's do the. You want to do the whooping one? I don't got no worse whooping one.
You said what?
We'll come back to that one.
Worst whooping.
Worst
Or I had a picture in the group chat.
Yeah, my whoopings was tame.
Wait, no. Oh wait, you did.
Let's
say that
we
one.
can do the whooping.
Let's say that one. Let's say both of them. Let's just do this. Let's do the darn.
Okay.
Because I don't remember the topic, but I'm with it.
We saw this other podcast.
No, don't give them credit. I hate them, bro. They do way better than me. I'm a hater.
So what would you do if a baker came up to you and he said, for every donut you eat, I'll give you $100,000. But every donut
I don't like the way you said it.
What?
Can they say it?
Do you know it?
No,
I want him to say it though. You always say it.
Let me think.
You need to be fair to Nate.
This baker,
right, Nate?
This baker says that if you eat
Nate,
one donut,
you're doing
I don't know the topic.
I was like, why would you give it to him? You don't know
Why would you
it.
do that? You put me on the spot like that.
You eat one donut, you get $100,000, but each donut you eat makes you gain 10 pounds.
Yeah, it makes you get 10 pounds. You only lose the weight. You can only lose the weight if you exercise. No medicine.
Okay, fine.
No
You say it.
surgery.
You say it.
Okay. Actually, so what would you do if a baker came up to you and said, "I'll see messing my first date
now."
This guy's. So what would you do if a baker came up to you and said, "I will give you $100,000 for every donut you eat out of my shop," but the catch is every donut you eat causes you to gain 10 pounds, and you can only lose that weight if you exercise or work out. No Ozempic, no surgery, nothing like that.
So how
many donuts would you eat?
So how am I built in this?
You build like how you are right now. Like we walk around to Krispy Kreme right now, and they like, "Hey, yo, come here, I gotta do
Can I
it."
do negative?
What do you mean?
Can I give negative donuts?
You would make no money though. You would owe him money.
Honestly, I would eat 3 donuts.
Yeah.
And I would get $300,000, and I would just work out. I would just be at 280.
Yeah.
And then that's cool.
Cause I'm 150, so I eat 3. What's that? 170? I need to get that big
You're
anyway.
trying to gain weight.
I need to get that big anyway.
Barry, you don't get to get
real. I probably
you don't get it.
I'm eating like 7.
No, wait. But for you, just to make it fair, it goes all into your gut.
Ooh.
It's,
No
it's,
way.
it's
I
beer
don't
belly.
want to know. If they go to our gut, I don't want it.
But not for you, Nate. We talk about for him because he
Okay.
already slender. You get beer belly.
Okay, so
To make it fair.
150, 60, 70, 80, 90.
Like, it doesn't look good.
I know,
Let's
so
just say
190.
it doesn't look good, per se.
It don't look good. You look like dad bod. Like,
Yeah.
I'll still do
It gains in a bad way.
I would still do it.
For me, I'm like, they love Lizzo.
Lizzo be eating.
You know what I'm saying?
Good thing for my
I
grind.
always wanted to get bigger myself anyway.
I'm probably going to eat.
Like, you get in your face, too.
I'm not going to lie, dog. I'm not going to lie to you. I might take 6.
6 donuts?
That's
60
a lot.
Did you? I'll be 300.
You in there.
That'd be a
You
little bit
up
more.
in there.
300 a little more.
What'd you say?
If you eat 6, you gonna be a big motherfucker.
Yeah, but I'm going to just be built like Lizzo.
Oh, the
What's
fat
up with that?
Lizzo.
All right, can we stop?
Well, I know how you feel about Lizzo.
I love Lizzo.
I don't care.
She got,
Y'all don't get to call her skinny and me fat.
I
That's
didn't
not
call
fair.
her skinny.
Y'all, we said skinny Lizzo.
I didn't. You did.
I know.
Making stuff up.
You making stuff just like that.
Okay.
You know you always say this.
Which I always refer to that. I've been telling strangers about you, Nate. I always use an example, bro. That's so funny to me.
They always
Because
say.
that's always say.
Yeah, but that's far too far from the
You always say it's someone for everybody.
Did I say that?
You never said that.
Never said those words. But anyway, no, I'm okay. I'm taking down 5.
I'm knocking down 4.
500.
I'm sitting at 190.
I do. I'm good with 3. I'm good with 300,000.
What's 50 more pounds gonna do, dog? For me.
You gotta lose that though, and then
Why I gotta lose it?
But listen, with all that money, you don't even.
Why I gotta lose it?
That's who?
When you said no medication, the surgery.
No surgery, no
No surgery.
medication.
You have to just lose it naturally.
Yeah.
So, but my thing is, bro, I don't know. I just don't want to be too big where I can't sit in the seat. I gotta sit in the airplane seat still.
Yeah, that's like my 160 pound life. He
So-
could be 400. My dad like 400 pounds.
He gotta get an extender.
Nah, he good.
He has to get an extender. There's no way.
Your dad 400 pounds?
Yeah. Oh, right, maybe a little bit less. No, I'm not getting credit.
You cannot be 400
like
pounds and not
380
get an
or
extender.
400. Maybe
How
not.
tall is he though?
I'm 5'11". He like 6'1".
You're not 5'11".
So him. He always taking an inch from me every single time. Pause.
You
No.
like 6 foot.
Whoa, Thomas!
Yeah, that was crazy.
I'm 5'11" because
No,
you 6.
I'm 6'1".
You 6. I'm 5'11".
You're 6.
You're about as tall as my dad.
You're 6. You have to be 6, bro. You're like literally my height.
All right, we can round up, I guess. I mean,
You're like I'm literally, and I
for
know.
us, we can
So
round
now,
up.
now he's trying to give you an inch, and now you.
So
don't
if
want
I'm
it.
can we stop saying the inches that I'm giving and taking? Can we no longer?
They're trying to give me an inch.
Can we no longer say what inches I'm taking and giving and all of this stuff, please? Jesus Christ. So I'm actually not 6'1". I'm 6 foot and 3/4. I did the exact measurement.
Okay.
Measurements and everything. I'm 6 foot 3/4. So you're like literally my height. You're not shorter than me for sure. Like if you are, it's like centimeters. Yeah, you're my height.
I don't want to be that big to where like it hurts when I walk.
Yeah,
Like
that's
my
crazy.
knee.
But okay,
Like,
so scratch that, Nate. You don't even count, bro, because you get used to gain
That's what I'm saying.
40 pounds, bro.
I
Like
was-
your big old self.
My
like,
wrestling career would be take
bro,
off.
like you literally
I'm
like
gonna play football.
Bro, literally.
I'm gonna play football.
The NFL is calling, bro.
I'm
You
going.
gain 40 pounds, it don't even matter, bro.
It's over with.
The NFL is calling, bro. I
6
feel
foot
like
7, 300-pound lineman,
Bro.
Oh my god.
I'm losing. It's me. Like I'm losing this. I have to take at least 3 because I don't want to have to use an extender.
Mm-hmm.
So I take 3.
I'll take 3.
And I think honestly,
300K?
bro,
I need.
I've never looked at the
Little
scale. I've never looked at the scale and seen over 300. But if I think I probably have been over 300 before. I think I have. I could look at some videos of myself. I think in July of last year, August of last year, like when I first got stressed out and stuff. I think I was 300 pounds.
Dang.
I think that's why I look like I lost so much. I think even when we were streaming at the house all day,
Yeah.
I think probably even then I was 300 pounds.
What's up, man?
When I first started my first job in the district. So I'll take it.
Go back to
Talk
what you
about
know.
4. Probably extra, real quick, just because.
Yeah, bro. I do eat. Whatever.
I do it for free.
So that's the episode, bro?
That's the episode.
All right, bro. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next week, same time, same place on the BRGR Podcast. You're listening to the BRGR Hour. Burger Hour
Hey.
Podcast.